Hello, a very good evening and a warm welcome into Beyond Vanguard Field in Davie, Florida, where today's match is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing, keeping South Florida cool and comfortable all year around. Alongside Nikki Hames, I'm Dre Cordero, thrilled to have you with us for a Florida derby as Fort Lauderdale United takes on the Tampa Bay Sun. Here's the Gamebridge Super League table on a double match week for Fort Lauderdale, coming off of that 3-1 defeat to DC Power on Wednesday. Still in second, 4 points behind leaders Lexington, who won 2-0 at Brooklyn earlier. That matches a record 11 straight regular season game without a loss. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, fresh off their first win of the season, still holding up the table, but now 6 points back of fourth place Spokane with 3 games in hand. As for Fort Lauderdale, Wednesday's loss in the nation's capital, just their second defeat of the season. They remain, along with Lexington, one of 2 sides still unbeaten at home.
Home is really going to matter today. Fort Lauderdale United is going to look towards the Beyond Vanguard fans as their 12th man on the pitch today, as this derby always brings a ton of emotion and big battles against Tampa.
Well, Players to Watch is powered by Baptist Health, trusted care for champions.
This attacking trio has been a force to reckon with this season for Fort Lauderdale, starting with Simpson in the back, who's great on that defensive line, but also creates a lot of attack, building from the back line onto Van Treek in the middle and up to Locklear up top. We're excited to see how these three connect with the ball in the back of the net.
So Fort Lauderdale on short rest. Tampa Bay have had a full week following their first win of the campaign, 1-0 over Spokane Zephyr at One Spokane Stadium last week. It was former Fort Lauderdale fullback Sabrina McNeil who set up Vivian Bissett for the game winner. McNeil's 3rd assist of the season ties Sydney Nacello for the team lead. Bissett's first career Gamebridge Super League goal, handing the defending champions their first win since beating Fort Lauderdale in the final back in June. One other takeaway from that win, the debut of new signing Maddie Parsons.
Parsons officially signed 8 days ago after being on trial all season. From her, we're going to be looking for a true goal scorer to put the ball in the back of the net to carry them through season. She is dangerous in the box and not afraid to run through players and the ball to put the ball in the back of the net and get them a goal.
We are just moments from kickoff at Beyond Vanguard Field, a Florida derby and a rematch of the 2025 Gamebridge Super League Final. It's Fort Lauderdale United and the Tampa Bay Sun next.
With over 2 decades of experience in the payment industry, Beyond Vanguard is more than just a payment processor. We are a partner dedicated to your success. Our mission is simple: to provide innovative, flexible payment processing solutions tailored to meet your needs.
We partner up with various companies, restaurants, retail, smoke shops, convenience store, you name it, we have the POS system for it.
Whether it's tools we provide or the relationships we nurture, Beyond Vanguard is here to power your payment solutions.
From the trusted family of All Year Cooling and the official water of Fort Lauderdale United FC, we bring you All Year Hydration. Our whole home water purification system removes chlorine, lead, microplastics, even forever chemicals. Visit us at allyearhydration.com to book your free water test today.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gamebridge, graded assists for your savings.
Welcome back. The player walkout is presented by Amaron Bank, bringing the community together one moment at a time. The coin toss is brought to you by Beyond Vanguard, setting the stage for every great moment. The captain is Gordon with the number 11, captaining the home side for Lauderdale. Jordan Listro as the armband for the visiting Tampa Bay Sun. Ali Rogers makes 2 changes from the loss in DC as your starting lineups are presented by LaCroix Sparkling Water, refreshing fans everywhere with every flavor. Julia Grosso is back at left back, Kelly Van Treek into the midfield, and Kiara Locklear returns to the 11.
We have Van Treek back in her natural position after last match's experiment at left back, which will only help connect up to Locklear up top in order to get those goals from the back of the net.
Well, for Denise Shipley Brown, 1 change from the win in Spokane. Bella Kreshe takes over from Sydney Schneider in goal.
We'll take a close look at Nasello and McNeil on the wide flanks, driving up the line and getting the ball into the box for Giomana.
So a full week to prepare for Tampa Bay Sun as they're coming off of their first victory of the season, their first win since defeating Fort Lauderdale in the final back on June 14. While Fort Lauderdale United trying to extend their unbeaten streak at home, one of 2 sides yet to lose on home turf. They and Lexington, who are top of the table. A win tonight would lift Fort Lauderdale back to within a single point of leaders Lexington. Here's your keys to the game presented by Amerant Bank, your hometown bank supporting every winning strategy.
A big focus for Fort Lauderdale today is going to be winning that midfield battle in order to control the ball and slow the game down as they look to build versatility in attack, not only vertically, but as well horizontally. And then on the other side, we have Tampa, who really needs to be clinical in the box in order to get the goals and put themselves on the scoreboard. And then for them, they're going to be looking to exploit that space and in behind, especially have that speed on the wide flanks and Giamona in the box.
Marie Durr is the head official, holding the cards and the whistle. And the ball rolls in South Florida. 72 degrees, practically a winter wonderland in the south of Florida. As Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun meet for the 2nd time this season, following a scoreless draw.
You could not ask for more perfect weather today, actually, which is awesome over here.
Alongside Nikki Hames, I'm Dre Cordero. Thrilled to have you with us. It's week 12 in the Gamebridge Super League. Fort Lauderdale in the all-black. That's nearly won back by Jasmine Hamid. 4 across the back for Tampa Bay Sun, the only change being in goal where Bella Kreshe has stepped in for Schneider. So Pluck, Bissett, Hendricks, and McNeil make up the back 4. Listro and Gaillard, the 2 holding midfielders. Nasello, Shimkin, and Giamona in support of the lone striker up top, Ava Tankersley. She's lead off for Nabet. Good pressure applied by Giamona. Ansbro sending it wide to the captain Gordon, combining with Kelly Van Treek. Taylor Smith. Flooded into it, the edge of the 18, laid off neatly, and out comes Kreshe to collect. The injury report is presented by Baptist Health. Expert care keeping our athletes game ready. It's a long injury list for Tampa Bay this season. They do get back Tosh Flint, who was available on the bench for this one. Still without Keane up top. But they do have the new signing, Maddie Parsons, available. She debuted last week. A familiar name still absent for Fort Lauderdale. Leveni Vaca is yet to appear this season. Same goes for Nia Christopher. Possession short circuits for Tampa Bay Sun. It's Grosso. Julia Grosso, who started the last game on the bench. She came on at the halftime break after that experiment with Kelly Van Treek at left back, game in which Fort Lauderdale gave up a couple of early goals for the adjustment at halftime. There's Simpson. Square ball in is dealt with by Hendricks. Happy to send it away. It'll be a throw for the home side. So for Fort Lauderdale, it's Ella Simpson, McComaskey, Ansbro, and Grosso, the back 4 in front of the goalkeeper Bella Hara. Nabet and Taylor Smith make up the double pivot in the midfield. Gordon, Van Treek, and Jasmine Hamid, 3 attacking midfielders, just in support of Kiara Locklear, who leads the team with 4 goals this season. And that will lead to the first corner of the game for Fort Lauderdale. Corner kicks presented by All Year Cooling and Pummeling. Expert service when it counts. in by Smith. Outswinger to the near post. Here's Grosso. Out wide, just didn't get enough on it. A chance for Tampa Bay to counter. Possession is short-lived for the defending champs. Mentioned this a rematch of that 2025 Gamebridge Super League final. Here's Hamid, who's switched over to the right side. Tampa Bay Sun have been a tough opponent for Fort Lauderdale. They remain unbeaten all time against Fort Lauderdale United. It was 0-0 when they faced off in the only previous meeting this season. 1-0 when they met in the final back in June. Shinkin was there to win it back. Good pressure applied by Taylor Smith. And maybe a little too much pressure applied this time. It's a free kick for the Sun. Smith, the daughter of club founder and president Tommy Smith, became the first player to sign a professional deal straight from the academy in the Gamebridge Super League last season, and was back then the youngest pro in the league at 17 years old. Free kick, Tampa Bay. It's been a better showing after a really poor start for the defending champions. They waited quite a while to get that first victory, but had drawn 4 straight before the win at Spokane last week. And it's their defensive structure that's been the difference. They've given up just 1 goal the last 3 games. Denise Schulte-Brown highlighting that it was their defensive prowess that was their strength a season ago, and they're rediscovering that identity now.
She also mentioned that they finally have almost everyone back and healthy, which has made been huge for them, especially going to that last win.
A bit more depth options off the bench. All sprung forward and nearly sneaks through for Gordon to run onto it. There's Kreshe to collect. Austrian international goalkeeper Bella Kreshe, making her second appearance in the Gamebridge Super League in relief of their usual starter Schneider. Chested down by Lily Nabet. Dispossessed by Jordan Listro. That'll be a fun match within the match to watch today. Number 5 Listro, the number 4 Nabet. 2 holding midfielders who often dictate the tempo for their respective sides.
So far, not too much control from either team. It's gone back and forth, which, as we've previously seen, these games are always just a battle, a lot of intensity.
Ellie Rogers had been the associate head coach of this team for much of the season and on the staff last season as well, but a couple of games back they made it official, now the full-time head coach for Lauderdale United, after Tyrone Mears was permanently elevated to president of soccer in Fort Lauderdale. This is Gordon, short on options and forced to retreat. Komaski. Hansbrough spotted the run of Grosso. It's a good touch by Grosso to take her past her marker. Vivian Bissett giving chase. Ball is squared back. Moncler's first shot. This is right into the hands of Kreshe. And the first warning shot fired by Fort Lauderdale from Kelly Van Treek.
Good battle and great first touch to explode past her defender. She looks up, she finds a nice little slot top of the box, looks to put it back post, unfortunately gets cleared, and not the best finish from there, but good attack for Fort Lauderdale.
There you see 2 of the things that were missing in that defeat to DC Power on Wednesday, and Kelly Van Treek playing in a more of her natural position as one of the attacking midfielders, and Kira Locklear, who was rested in the rotation with a short week, came in off the bench in the second half, starts today, and those are the 2 players to fire the first 2 shots for Fort Lauderdale. Jasmine Hamid skips past the challenge of Listro. Still Hamid as she feeds Locklear in, running out of real estate and wins a corner kick out of it. Second of the match for Fort Lauderdale. Another corner kick presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. Lily Nabed, who's on loan from Angel City, one of the vocal leaders on this Fort Lauderdale team. Set to deliver from the corner. And Swinger bending in, edge of the 6. Stuffed within the ear by Hendricks. Launched back by Ansbro. Clipped into the 18 and Crusher once again out to collect. Gaillard. Now Shimkin under pressure. Took a little deflection. And it'll stay Tampa Bay Sun ball via throw. There's Mac Pluck combining with Nasello. Pluck, Nasello again. Tankersley waiting in 18-yard box. And Nasello has it poked loose by Ansbro. And that'll lead to the first Tampa Bay Sun corner kick. Nasello leaves it. It'll be Jordan Listro to deliver, rather McNeil. 11 chances created this season for Sabrina McNeil tonight, facing her former team. She was on Fort Lauderdale last season. Played short. Again, it's McNeil. Low driven cross to the near post. And that'll lead to a goal kick for Bellahara. Tonight's game is presented by Vera Cadillac Buick GMC, South Florida's trusted destination for luxury and performance. It's a number of players in the starting 11s today who were in that final some 5 months and change ago. Bissett and Hendricks were the starting center backs for Tampa Bay. Listro, Jamona, and Nasello were also in the starting lineup. So too was Sabrina McNeil, but for the other side. Started the final as a Fort Lauderdale player. The backline that also featured Ansbro and Grosso. Taylor Smith, Gordon, and Locklear were in that starting lineup as well.
Nabet actually had space herself there. She could have kept that ball. I'm not sure why she released that.
There's Nasello. Played into space, trying to lead Tankersley forward. Laid off in a slight push onto the back of Mekomaski. Prompts the referee's whistle and a free kick for Fort Lauderdale. Second on the table with 16 points. Fort Lauderdale United saw the gap widen earlier today when Lexington won, making it a 4-point gap at the top of the Gamebridge Super League table. That could be trimmed to 1 if they can pick up all 3 points. Got some defending to do now as Jamona trying to feed Tankersley. Instead finds Gaillard. Early cross is delivered into the 18, and there was Mekomaski waiting. Burst of acceleration down the wing. Shimkin had it poked loose. McNeil. Shimkin fires, trying to find the angle, and it's collected by Hara. First shot on target from the visitors.
Both teams haven't really seemed to make perfect contact with the ball. McNeil driving down line. I love this little back pass. I think not quite the amount of contact she wanted. We had a little skip on that, went right to the keeper. But it looks like both teams have had a little bit of trouble getting the ball out of their footing, whether it's a cross or a shot. So I'm not sure if it's something to do with the fields.
Jamona retreating. Finding a little bit of space here is Carly Jamona from a long way out. Bounces harmlessly wide. Week after week, she and Sydney Nacello identified as the main attacking threats on this Tampa Bay Sun team. You can add Sabrina McNeil with her creation out of the back. It's poked away from Hamid. Foul whistled against Listro. After the reaction, Reader wants to have a check on Jasmine Hamid.
Oof, good little quick clip from behind, sending her down.
It's a strong tackle, maybe a little too strong for the referee's liking as Taylor Smith goes down. Jamona is whistled for the foul. Quarter of an hour in for Lauderdale 0, Tampa Bay Sun 0.
The ground's looking a little slippery actually in these battles. Not sure if that's playing a part in one, these fouls, but two, the way that they're hitting these balls at frame and through.
There was a minor delay to fix a section of the pitch that pushed the kickoff back about 3 minutes. Gordon on the throw. And Gordon runs out of room. That'll be a goal kick for Crescent. Enter the Prinks Tires Family Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $4,000. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter today. The pressure applied by Locklear here as she's trying to force Hendricks to play long. To good effect. Hansborough is dispossessed. Here's Tankersley. Goals have been hard to come by this season for Tampa Bay. Help arriving in the form of former Lexington striker Maddie Parsons. Tash Flint also available after missing last week. 2 previous weeks due to illness. There's some competition now at that number 9 spot for Tankersley, who's been improving game to game. Here's Simpson. Grosso. Pastors left a little slack, and there's Sydney Nacello to win it back. Now Mac Pluck.
Good pressure by Fort Lauderdale.
Hamid to deny Nacello, and Locklear commits the foul. So Nacello wins a free kick. And she's slow to get up. Sydney Nacello was the final MVP when these sides met back on June 14th in the final.
Little double team on there. Might have been a hit to the face of the shoulder. Not sure she meant that, but it was a bit dangerous. Oh, a high kick.
First yellow card of the match. It's Kiara Locklear. Her 3rd yellow of the season. Played a couple of seasons as a defender at UNC Charlotte before going pro. Kiara Locklear, you wouldn't know it from her 4 goals this season, where she's looked very much like the number 9 she is today.
No, but I could see how she would be able to build out of the back and drive down that line. Might have been one way they've used her.
Hydration break presented by LaCroix Sparkling Water. Crisp refreshment, pure energy. Approaching 20 minutes in, and as expected in games between these two sides where tempers tend to run a little hot, emotions run high. Somehow squirts through. Marcelo now on the near side. Nice touch by Grosso. It'll be a throw for Tampa Bay. Tankersley trying to split the double team. Fouls whistled. Gaillard on the receiving end of it. She's won a free kick now for Tampa Bay. Both coaches expecting a physical game. Play to be interrupted regularly. Mac Pluck standing over the ball. Bending ball into the 18. It's headed out of danger. McNeil trying to keep it alive. Will lead to a Fort Lauderdale throw from the far side. Gemona. Gaillard. Now Pluck in the middle under pressure from Hamid. Bissett. It's confidently brought down by Makomaski. Kept in by Hamid, but given away to Pluck. Every square inch of this pitch is contested. Both teams pressing high. What a lovely touch to control. Now Locklear out wide. Last touch by Pluck. It's Locklear who's gotten in behind. Square ball into the area. Van Treek. Ansbro. Leaves it for Smith. Now Gordon out wide. She's closed down by McNeil. Working also against Gemona. Gordon squeezes the cross in. Gaillard deals with the threat. Grosso once more combining with Jasmine Hamid in a battle with Pluck. It's defended expertly well that time. Goal kick. Or is it? It is.
Great movement from Fort Lauderdale, though. They started on the left, switched the ball, point of attack to the right, and back to the left. I think that's going to help them. I know we spoke to Ali a lot about how they've been exploiting vertically, and they're wanting to change the direction and also exploit attack horizontally. So it was nice to see that for them.
Flighted out of the back for Tampa Bay Sun. Select the official match ball supplier of the Gamebridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Maybe a hybrid shape for Fort Lauderdale, depending on whether they're in or out of possession, but it looks to me like so far there's a back three of Makomaski with Simpson and Ansbro on either side. And that's meant that Julia Grosso and Gordon are essentially wingbacks. The back. Good pressure again by Tampa Bay Sun. Now Nacello looking to weave her way through. He touches by Hamid to win it back. Hendricks in possession. She'll lay it off for Cressy. It's a difficult ball to control for Shimkin in the middle. Hamid clipped over the top now for Locklear. Finding a pocket of space out wide. It's an errant cross.
Fort Lauderdale's done really well getting down that left flank, exploiting that space in behind Tampa.
It's won back again by Hamid. And did that ball just go out for a corner? She's worked hard these opening 25 minutes off the ball. Grosso with the throw. Contact as Locklear goes down, but no whistle. Tankersley sends it away. Kamaski under pressure from Jamona, and Tankersley will lean on her goalkeeper. This is Bellahara. Hansbrough. One that time from Fort Lauderdale. Locklear could not bring that under her spell. That's a difficult ball under pressure, but dealt with expertly. That's a lovely leading ball now for Tankersley, and off her line is Bellahara to collect.
Off of a transition, Tampa decided to turn the ball over, play that ball over top. Not quite the right weight, but it was a beautiful decision to take advantage of that transition moment from Fort Lauderdale.
There's Taylor Smith. Maya Gordon. Burst of acceleration, trying to get past McNeil. McNeil stayed with her step for step. The back. Ella Simpson. Talk about efficiency from Simpson. 3 shots this season, all 3 on target, all 3 finding the back of the net.
Beautiful stats. That's the stats I want. Although we'd want a little bit more shots from her.
Lebet with the leading ball in for Hamid. There's Grosso on the near side. Has time to get there. Squared in. It's Jasmine Hamid into the 18. Looking for an angle on her right. She's closed down by Hendricks, setting up the roadblock. Here's Simpson. Grosso. And tripped up from behind. It's Gaillard who commits the foul.
Met did a good job of putting her body in between the ball and the player in order to protect it. And that's actually what drew the foul. It's something smart that we can see from her experience coming from the NWSL.
Former Duke Blue Devil before signing on to Angel City in 2022, now on loan. And standing over the ball is Lily Nabet. It's whipped in, a good service in at the back post. Listro. McNeil. It's an aggressive challenge from Gaillard, working against Hansbrough. Collected by Van Treek. The upcoming schedule is presented by LaCroix Sparkling Water, a refreshing look at the games ahead. Through the rest of this 2025 for Fort Lauderdale, away to Jacksonville twice on November 22nd and December 13th before closing the year at home against Spokane on December 20th. Tampa Bay will be at home the next 3 games: Lexington, Jacksonville, and Brooklyn. They'll close out 2025 away to Jacksonville on the 20th. It is a Tampa Bay throw, but from a little further back. Tankersley. Three shots from Fort Lauderdale so far, 2 from Tampa Bay and 1 on target from each. McComaskey. Simpson. He's looking for Grosso on this near side, but Pluck was alert to the danger. Nabet. Heard the footsteps of Gaillard. Starting to see better movement from Fort Lauderdale, who are settling in. Bissett. Pluck in trouble. She's at Hamid. Looking at her heels. Here's Kelly Van Treek trying to lay it off. Pluck is there. Can only get an awkward clearance out. It will be a corner kick for Fort Lauderdale's. Locklear and Pluck come together.
Good movement to open up her body. Tried to split the two and could not. As Fort Lauderdale, Pluck tried to clear it with Locklear in behind. Nice little trip up behind.
Corner kick presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. Here's Gordon. Send it back into the danger area. It's an important touch by Hendricks.
High kick.
And the foul is gone against Fort Lauderdale. Locklear has been in an MMA fight in the course of these first 32 minutes. She's involved in every bit of contact we've seen.
She has. And on all areas of the field.
Tonight's game is presented by Hard Rock Bet, bringing the thrill of the game straight to your fingertips. Back in through Pluck. Samid again, causing trouble as she pokes the ball loose. Van Treek and a skip past the challenge, plucked it well to jar it loose. Van Treek. It's a lovely leading ball to Hamid on the near side. Can they find the ball on her right? And Hamid will be whistled for the foul. This player who's popping up in all sorts of places on this left side. Jasmine Hamid.
Yeah, this left side has definitely been dangerous for them. It was a great through ball as they got in again on that left side. Tried to cut it inside. Unfortunately went for the body, not the ball there, which drew that foul, but not quite the too dangerous of a spot for a free kick.
Possession nearly at 60-40, Fort Lauderdale's way. Here's Locklear. That's a clever ball in for Van Treek, who was streaking into the area, was tripped up after contact with McNeil, pleading her case, but it'll fall on deaf ears. That's a smart ball by Locklear.
Yeah, that ball was beautiful. Great ball over top, way to bring it down. Looks up, realizes completely open space and in behind. Not quite able to get there, but if she would have one-on-one with the goalie, would have been a nice placement into the back of the net.
And the contact deemed incidental by the referee because there was contact just at the edge of the area. Not enough for a foul in the view of Marie Durr.
You have to question that, though, because she's almost the last defender on that opposite side.
It's a good shot. Would not have been just a foul, but also denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Exactly.
Gaillard comes away with possession. Shimkin. Nacello now. Nacello fights through the challenge, and she'll go in the referee's book. Sydney Nacello, first Tampa Bay player booked.
We mentioned coming into this game that it was always a bloodbath battle, intense emotions, and we are seeing exactly that.
Sydney Nacello back-to-back Team of the Month honors for September and October. Really one of the more exciting players to watch in this league. Some defending to be done here by Tampa Bay as this ball leaks out to Locklear. She'll watch it out. It'll be a throw for Fort Lauderdale.
On that left flank again.
Grosso as well to shake off the marking of Pluck. Now Hamid overloaded near side for Fort Lauderdale. Can they find someone at the back post? Here's Van Treek. In and out of room. Did she just manage to keep it in? She did not. Goal kick. 10 minutes remain in first half normal time. More of an intensity than a flow in the course of the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
McNeil. Rather, Shimkin got away from Van Treek, but not Gordon. Does win a throw. This will be a Fort Lauderdale throw. Back into the captain, Gordon, who gets it back from Locklear. Defending in numbers, Tampa Bay, and they've won the ball back. Foul whistle against Fort Lauderdale. This time free kick for Tampa Bay Sun, who had come away with possession. Vivian Bissett. Stamona leaves it there for Nacello. This is wonderful downhill football as Gaillard in possession now. Played into space, and Gordon will watch it out. McNeil was the intended target arriving from that left back spot. Got a good bit of fluidity from Tampa Bay Sun. Good time to highlight the duo of center backs for Tampa Bay, Bissett and Hendricks, who complement each other well. Hendricks, more of an athlete, blazing fast, physical, good in the air. Bissett, a bit more touch in her ability to break through lines, as we saw there. She was the genesis of that possession, of that attack, breaking lines through her passing. Simpson. Komaski. To the middle for Smith. Nabet. Now Gordon out wide against McNeil. Early ball into the 18 for Locklear. And Kresher was alert to the danger, was out to collect. Nice touch by McNeil. Fort Lauderdale made a really hot start to the season, and part of that was buoyed by the hot start from Kara Locklear, who scored 4 goals in the opening 5 games. Here's Hamid. Cooled off a bit of late, just 1 win in the last 5. Good challenge from Mackenzie Pluck. And it did just ricochet off of the Fort Lauderdale player. It'll be a goal kick for Crescent. The bet. There's another example. Every single ball is contested. Nothing is given. Back in through Nocello. It's a strong challenge from Hamid from behind. Maybe got away with one. She's in possession now. And Locklear goes down. It's getting a little more physical by the minute. Locklear was last to touch it. Tampa Bay Sun will have a throw deep in their own half.
I'd like to see Nabet try and switch the field a little bit more. Every time she's getting the ball, she's sending it back to where she came from. But I think she'll have a little bit more success if they try switching the ball onto that space on the opposite flank.
There's Nabet. Now Simpson. Ansbro. Brooke Hendricks had come a long way out from that back line to Mark Van Treek. Ansbro catapulted out of the back, challenged by Hendricks in the air, and Hendricks commits the foul. So a dead ball opportunity for Fort Lauderdale, and Lily Nabet standing over the ball. Gordon alongside. Flooded into the heart of the area, crashes out, doesn't quite meet it. Lifted back into the penalty spot. Nocello in traffic. For Leistra to chase, and smartly put out by McComaskey. It'll be a throw for Tampa Bay Sun, now inching closer to goal. Nothing to separate them on the table as of yet, but if you want an idea of where this game has been played, Tampa Bay Sun have a combined 2 touches in the opposition's box.
Oh boy.
Trying to
all it takes is that
Nocello.
one opportunity. Crossed
in by Nocello. Tankersley with her back to goal, goes to ground. It's out to Pluck. Option to the back post. Mac Pluck trying to find it, and a little deflection takes it wide beyond the reach of Bellahara.
Make that one more now. Good movement by Nocello down line, played top of the box. Love how she shielded it and laid it off there for a nice rip just wide, but forcing Hera to dive.
Tankersley was tightly marked by Ansbro there on the contact with her back to goal.
She did well shooting the ball there. I like that little layoff she had.
Here's McNeil. It's a neat touch to get away for Van Treek. Shimkin now. Listro dropping in between the center backs to help play out of the back. Pluck. Bit of a slip, but it did not cost her possession. The long strides from Tankersley trying to get there in a foot race with Ansbro. It's Laurel Ansbro who got there ahead of her.
These corners have been dangerous for Tampa as well lately, so I'm excited to see what Sabrina McNeil does here. One last opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net this half.
30 seconds remain of first half normal time. McNeil surveys. Whipped in near post, trying to sneak it in for the Olympic goal.
Good driven ball. Ooh, just missed that front post. But we like the idea.
What a moment it could have been against her former team. So a minimum 2 minutes added on. Jamona pulling back on the bet right in front of the referee, and that'll earn her a spot in the referee's book. Yellow card for Carly Jamona.
I will say Nabet does a really good job of drawing those fouls by how she positions her body as well. As we see here, she turns, puts her body in between the ball and the player, and that's exactly how she draws the foul. Smart move.
3 yellows in the game. They've all gone to the most attacking players on the pitch. Kiara Locklear was the first to be booked in the 18th minute, followed by Sydney Nacello and now Carly Jamona. Ball squirts out for Shimkin, played into space now for McNeil. Working here against Gordon. Options streaking into the 18, Sabrina McNeil. Trying to take the scenic route, well marked by Gordon, who pokes it out. It'll be a corner kick coming up for Tampa Bay Sun.
Nice battle against her former teammate, knows exactly what she's gonna do next.
Jilly Shimkin. And swinger left a little short. Nacello's there to recover. Working against Gordon. Shimkin once more. Weaving her way through is Mac Pluck. Shimkin lifts it in toward the 6. Finally Gordon able to clear it out. And that will do for the first 45 minutes. Often more fight than football. An intense opening half in South Florida. And at the break, it's Fort Lauderdale United 0, Tampa Bay Sun 0.
Yeah, for a game that's already known as emotional and intense, this derby here, I don't think the field is helping them. Quite a few fouls drawn, which we expected, but I think the field and the slippery floor is definitely adding to that.
It's been remarkably even on the course of these first 45 minutes. Slight advantage in possession to Fort Lauderdale, but 3 shots each, 1 on target from each side, and both still looking for the breakthrough.
Yeah, I'd say we had a lot more attack from Fort Lauderdale up on that flank, but nothing really turning to a clear opportunity and shot on goal.
Neither goalkeeper has really been tested by a save they shouldn't make as of yet. And it was 0-0 when these two sides met last back in October at Suncoast Credit Union Field. And Tampa is 0-0 through the opening 45 minutes tonight, in the sense that the best is yet to come in this Florida derby. Well, we're happy to be joined now by Kiara Locklear at the break. Kiara, always a testy and emotional, contested matchup when you guys play against each other. Has it been every bit as physical as you expected?
Yeah, it always is, but we're here to bring it right back to them, so not a problem for us.
I've seen you do some great work up top, pressing nice and high, which I'm sure you guys have spoken about. Where do you think the missing key is in order to turn it over for a shot on a goal?
Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. You've done a really good job pressing high up top, but unfortunately hasn't been able to turn over and to be able to put an opportunity into the back of the net. Where do you think that missing key is?
I think we're still finding our rhythm, so hopefully we can come out the second half, put some passes together in the final third. We've gotten some chances, but like you said, just haven't been able to put the finishing touches to put the ball in the back of the net. So just continuing to connect extra passes, and when it's on, take some shots.
Thanks for the time, Kiara. Good luck in this second half.
Thank you.
So no breakthrough yet in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale United nil, Tampa Bay Sun nil in a fiery opening 45 minutes. And again, a sense of the best is yet to come when we come back. Stay with us.
This year, the talent is even stronger than last year. Gianna Gorley has scored again. The first goal in Sports Chat history.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith with All Your Cooling. Staying cool in Florida has never been easier. With All Your Cooling, you'll get no money down, no payments until 2027, and a 10-year parts and labor warranty. And now you can claim federal tax credits up to $3,200. For over 50 years, families across Florida have trusted us to keep their homes comfortable. From same-day installs to expert repairs, we deliver the service you need when you need it. Don't wait until your AC gives out. Call us today, 855-818-3828, or scan the QR code below.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
From the trusted family of All Year Cooling and the official water of Fort Lauderdale United FC, we bring you All Year Hydration. Our whole home water purification system removes chlorine, lead, microplastics, even forever chemicals. Visit us at allyearhydration.com to book your free water test today.
Welcome back. Halftime is brought to you by iHeartRadio. Your music, your teams, your station. GameBridge Assist is a program created by GameBridge in partnership with Parity and the Women's Sports Foundation to support organizations around the country that provide opportunities for girls and women throughout sports and education. This year, GameBridge Assist awarded 32 grants and $222,000 in total funding to grassroots organizations in 21 different states. Today, Fort Lauderdale United FC recognizes grant recipient students ACEs from nearby Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And the GameBridge Super League's Be Here series dives into the stories and experiences of players around the league. This video highlights Fort Lauderdale United's Bella Hara and the importance of her Guamanian heritage.
Hi, I'm Bella Hara. I'm a goalkeeper, number 31 for Fort Lauderdale United. I actually started as a outside forward, and so I filled in every now and then as goalkeeper when the team needed it, and I eventually saw that I think I like saving goals more than scoring them. Honestly, my heritage is everything, and I am Japanese, Mexican, and Chamorro, which is another word for Guamanian, and it means the world to me. To be able to represent and get international caps at the FIFA level is unreal. I'm honestly so blessed to say that I have 10 international caps. I was able to get my first call up in 2023 to represent that crest and to sing the Guam hymn in the native language of Chamorro, and to know what that means to the people, the island, the team. We call ourselves a Masakata, which means strong woman. And I feel like there's such a sense of pride representing your island. I was invited by Alyssa Rogers to come in for a trial in preseason, and I didn't know what the result of that was going to be. And I just came in, put my head down, work, show what I can do on the field, who I am as a goalkeeper, who I am as a player and a teammate, and I'm so grateful to the staff and the team for giving me this opportunity. Being able to represent this club in the first game for my pro debut at home was honestly incredible, and I am so excited for what the rest of the season looks like.
And welcome back. It is halftime as Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun 0-0 at the break. Second 45 just moments from getting back underway. Out of town scores presented by Delta Airlines, keeping you connected to the game wherever it's played. On Wednesday, it was a 3-1 loss for Fort Lauderdale United away to DC Power in the nation's capital that started this week 12. Earlier today, Lexington, a 2-0 win away to Brooklyn and Coney Island. And that made it now 11 consecutive regular season games without a loss for Lexington. It ties the Gamebridge Super League all-time record. While later tonight, still to come, is Spokane Seifert at home hosting Dallas Trinity, 9 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, it's a big game for them, looking to bounce back after back-to-back wins against, or back-to-back losses against Carolina and Tampa.
Two teams that are in desperate need of a win, 4 straight defeats for Dallas Trinity as well. That gets underway in just under a half an hour. Our second half gets underway much sooner than that. Stay with us. Second half coming up, Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun. Welcome back. Highlights powered by Blue Water, bringing clarity and impact to every play. As we take a look back at the best of the opening 45 minutes, Julia Grosso, a game high, 2 chances created, including this one to Locklear, and it's followed up by Van Treek.
Not too many opportunities for either team really on frame, but this was a great opportunity as they had driving down that left flank, which is something that they dominated this period. So looking to see if they can actually turn that into a goal.
Back the other way came Tampa Bay with Sabrina McNeil leading the charge. Not a lot in the way of clear goal-scoring opportunities, but this one is easily kept out by Bella Hara.
McNeil does a great job getting down line, which is one of her specialties, as she slips at top of the box and a shot on frame. Not quite the power they've wanted at all this game, but hopefully building into the second half.
So 2 shots on target in the game. That one from Jillian Shimkin, and the other was courtesy of Van Treek. Stats presented by Beyond Bankcard, powering every transaction on and off the field. Slight edge in possession to Fort Lauderdale, even just about everywhere else. And Maddie Parsons will make her introduction into the game. She'll get a little more than the 22 minutes in her debut last week as the newest signing. Former Lexington midfielder and forward Maddie Parsons will be checking in for Tampa Bay.
Let's see if she can do what they've brought her on to do, and that is score goals.
Well, the second half underway in Davie, Florida. No goals yet between Fort Lauderdale United and the Tampa Bay Sun. Again, a rematch of that 2025 Cambridge Super League final. Just over 5 months back. Nacello is fouled. It's quickly restarted. So 2 changes made by Denise Schulte-Brown for the start of the second half. Jordan Zaid steps in, replacing Jilly Shimkin in a midfield role, and Maddie Parsons takes over from Ava Tankersley, both like-for-like substitutions. Crescent. First touches for Maddie Parsons. Nacello now on the near side, working against the captain, Gordon. Overlap is on for McNeil, and she's found Sabrina McNeil. Driving at the heart of the defense, it's pulled back for Gemona. And that's the kind of combination that Tampa Bay really wants to see. Nacello to McNeil to Gemona. And it all started with the hold-up play of Maddie Parsons in the middle.
All players that we spoke about leading into this match that are going to be key changes to make key differences for them.
Parsons had signed for Lexington ahead of last season after open tryouts. Formerly played NCAA Division II ball at Chico State. 6 goals and 5 assists, a good production for her last season at Lexington, and had spent months on loan before finally getting the opportunity. She was officially signed on the 7th of this month, debuted 2 days later in the win against Spokane. Before that, she hadn't played since May when she played her last game for Lexington and scored against DC Power.
That's a lot of time without games, but I have to say, as a player, being able to have that adrenaline rush when you're getting back into games sometimes sparks quite the opportunity, so I'm excited to see what she brings.
Keep in mind, Tash Flint is also back and available, so Maddie Parsons getting the confidence of the coach in her second appearance. It's won by Pluck. Kept alive by Listro. Zaid, Parsons. Ball flighted over the top. Gemona was closest to it for Tampa Bay. It's collected by Ansborough. Parsons battling for possession.
Nice little bear hug there.
Jasmine Hamid. Fouls whistled against Tampa Bay. There were 3 Fort Lauderdale players in the September Team of the Month. That plus the combination of both coaches. They've had Ali Rogers and Tyrone Mears, now president of soccer. Only one for the month of October, and that was Jasmine Hamid. Parsons knocking it down. Nabet wins it in the middle. It's Nacello there to intercept. Wonderful control. Gemona. Bassett under pressure by Hamid. And it's Bassett who commits the foul. Free kick won by Jasmine Hamid. It's quickly restarted as they surprise with Van Treek cutting it back. It's Van Treek! Just wide.
Ooh,
as they shock Tampa Bay with a quick restart. And Kelly Van Treek with their best chance of the game.
Good work by Fort Lauderdale playing fast on that free kick, though. It's exactly what caused that turnover and a quick opportunity on frame. She gets up, plays it right away. Tampa was not ready for it as she takes a nice little cut, tries to slot it inside, and just misses.
2 best moments in attack from Fort Lauderdale have both finished at the feet of Kelly Van Treek. First half, she had the only shot on target for the home side. Here's Nacello all the way back. Second half, she produces a moment of genuine danger. Parsons, that's a lovely churn to get away from Ansborough. Head up looking for options, streaking into the 18. Parsons pulled back. It's been a slippery surface. And there's evidence of it once more. Ansboro's whistled for the foul. Free kick for Tampa Bay.
She got lucky to get that foul, though, because I think the field played a little bit of a play in there as she slipped.
Seen plenty of grass coming up. It's a little choppy out there, especially on this near side. Seen a couple of players lose their footing. Mac Pluck in the first half, Parsons now. Five minutes gone since the restart. McNeil will leave it for Pluck. Delivered in toward the back post. Still loose on a doorstep. And finally the bet gets it away. It's tracked down by Listra. Given away to Kelly Van Treek. Hamid. Downhill soccer once more from Fort Lauderdale. It's Locklear. It's tripped up from behind. And what's she given here? If there was contact, it was inside of the 18. It's given just outside of the box. So Sydney Nasello is whistled for the foul. And it is about a yard outside of the 18. Maybe more. Still a promising set-piece opportunity now for Fort Lauderdale, looking for the breakthrough. Two on the wall for Bella Cresce. Just keep an eye on Julia Grosso, just outside of the D.
Yeah, she's left wide open.
Nabat curls it in toward the 6, and there was Bissett to deal with the threat. But you're right, no one picked up Julia Grosso as she was sneaking toward the box. Nasello did well to pick the pocket of Nabat. It's beyond the reach of Zaid. It'll stay Fort Lauderdale ball. Sent away by Pluck. Nasello now. Parsons has played all of 7 minutes. The jersey's already all muddied up. Tonight's game is presented by Vera Cadillac Buick GMC, South Florida's trusted destination for luxury and performance. There's Denise Shelter-Brown. Didn't have to go too far from her last job to her new one, the former USF coach. Led Tampa Bay Sun to the inaugural Gamebridge Super League title, defeating this Fort Lauderdale United. There's Hendricks. Return to sender. What a touch by Nasello to settle in control. Now Maddie Parsons out in front. It's tangled up with Hansbrough. Smith. Here's Ella Simpson. That's going to be just beyond the reach of Jasmine Hamid. Total of 13 touches in the first half for Ava Tankersley. Maddie Parsons is halfway there after 7 minutes into the second half. Parsons involved in the collision here. It's Referee has signals for the medical team to come have a look. It is Julia Grosso who's slow to get up.
Off a throw-in, went up for a jump. I think she got a head-to-head.
Nothing cynical in it. Parsons playing the ball. Grosso didn't quite see her and turned into her. They're always extra careful with any of the potential head injuries, checking for any signs of concussion. Let's take a look back at the last season for Maddie Parsons at Lexington. 6 goals, 5 assists in her 27 games. Again, after making the team following open tryouts, one of the very few women in professional American sports to go from Division II into a top-flight pro league.
Yeah, she's someone that is super dangerous in the box, not afraid to rip the ball, as we can see here. We've seen off of crosses, as we see here. We've seen off of quite a few headers. She is dangerous. She'll run through players, she'll run through balls, and she will not back off. Something we're hoping to see here with Tampa now.
Scored in her final appearance with Lexington. A 3-3 draw against DC back in May at the end of last regular season. That 3-all draw, by the way, was the first of now 11 consecutive regular season games without a loss for Lexington. It matches the all-time record in the Gamebridge Super League. They extended that earlier today. 2-0 victory, which coincidentally opened up a 4-point gap with Fort Lauderdale at the top between 1 and 2. Fort Lauderdale need the 3 points now to trim that gap back down to 1. Here's Ansborough. Sent back by McNeil. As we tick toward the hour mark, it'll be Kelly Van Treek to put the ball back in play. Just squirted under the legs of Sabrina McNeil. Van Treek. Played into space expertly for Gordon. Has space and time on the ball here, delivered back post. Pluck was late arriving. Jasmine Hamid just couldn't redirect on goal from an acute angle.
Great opportunity for them though, down that right flank. Good through ball to get in behind. Gordon takes a touch, looks up, slots it right back post where 2 players were, but just could not time it properly. The composure though, good little slot. Caught Tampa off guard. If they continue that, it will find the back of the net.
No changes yet from Allie Rogers for Fort Lauderdale. 2 substitutions made at halftime by Denise Schilte-Brown, bringing in Jordan Zaid and Maddie Parsons. Fouls whistled against Gaillard, who claims she got the ball. Referee in a good spot to see it. The bet was on the receiving end.
Met drawing a few different fouls from players pressing in behind.
Keep in mind, Tampa Bay in a better moment. This ball lifted in by Nabat Hamid. Knocking it down, but wide of the target. And Tampa Bay in a better moment now than they were when these 2 sides met back in early October in that 0-0 draw. In 4 straight draws and the win over Spokane last week. Still the only team in single digits in terms of points, but 6 points back of 4th place Spokane. We'll play later tonight against Dallas Trinity. And they have 3 games in hand in respect to Spokane. It'll be 2 after this one, 3 again after Spokane later tonight. Gordon. Oh, what a lovely touch that was by Van Treek to free up Nabat. Look at the heels now. Nabat back squared into the middle, looking for Locklear. Overrun by Zaid. Grosso driving into the 18. And neat work by Pluck to stop her approach. It'll lead to a corner kick for Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale's doing really well getting into those wide flanks, getting down line, but they're just not connecting in the box.
Another corner presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. And Swinger dropped into the 6, punched away by Kresha, who was fouled. So it will be a free kick for Tampa Bay Sun. And he's getting chippier once more.
Good loft over top. Into a mix of a pile of both Tampa and Fort Lauderdale. No one could quite get a hand on it, except for keeper there.
The Gamebridge Super League season is in full swing. Visit GamebridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Gamebridge Super League. There's Jasmine Hamid. Gordon arriving at the near side. Hamid cutting it back onto her left. Square ball in. No one tracked the run of Gordon into the heart of the area, but Hamid could not spot her. Does win a corner kick. Another corner presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. Kendrick sensing the danger, trying to pick her team up. A few lapses in concentration here and there. Van Treek at the near post. Grosso delivers. There's Nacello putting in a defensive shift as well. And she chaperones the ball out for a goal kick. Works extremely hard off the ball for a playmaker, one of the best playmakers in the league. Sydney Nacello does not shun her defensive responsibilities. The opposite, often leads by example when the team needs to pick up in intensity.
Actually, that's something we spoke about with Coach, who mentioned that they would love for her to have her stay higher, but unfortunately she's forced to come back and defend a lot more.
Well, here she is pulling the strings now. She'll have a go herself, and a deflection took all of the threat off of the ball. Here's Locklear, spotted the run of Jasmine Hamid. Trying to feed her the through ball. Now Van Treek, it's an important touch to get it away from Kelly Van Treek. Jamona.
I actually believe Locklear had space herself. She should have driven it herself and taken her own shot.
Free kick awarded to Tampa Bay. Parsons flicking it on. And it's put into orbit by Ella Simpson. Parsons working against Gordon. A little bit of a slack pass was intended for Jamona. One back through Listro. Beset the relief valve. McNeil now. Now Nacello. Working against Gordon here as McNeil in support as Sydney Nacello splits a double team, still Nacello. Ricochets out for Listro, but the offside flag comes up. Stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. Sign up for the Super newsletter. You get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox every week. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. "25 minutes left. This is looking a bit like their previous meeting October 4th. It ended in a scoreless draw, and both sides with XG below 1 in that contest.
Yeah, not much control from either team going back and forth, which is actually something Ali spoke about in our coach's call beforehand, looking to be able to calm the ball down and control the game, but it's really been back and forth.
Couple of chances from Kelly Van Treek, about as close as Fort Lauderdale have come to breaking the deadlock. Shimkin has the only shot on target so far for Tampa Bay, and she's been replaced. Ansbro gets around Maddie Parsons. Komaski. Now Gordon, it's a goal bound and bending away from the target. Interesting to note on that attack, though, that it was two center backs, Ella Simpson and Madison Makomaski, who were getting the touches around the 18-yard box.
Hey, if your attackers are not getting it in, you gotta take it yourself.
There's Listro. Nacello now pulling the strings. The overlap from McNeil has Jamona inside. It's nicely anticipated by Laurel Ansbro. Gaillard checks her shoulder. A little bit of help from McNeil, and Gaillard is fouled by Van Treek. Free kick awarded to Tampa Bay. Nacello allowed to turn. Quick to find Gaillard out wide. Toss is deflected by Gordon. So Fort Lauderdale lining up their first substitution of the game. They'll get the chance to do it now, as it'll be Daria Rajai stepping in to replace Taylor Smith. Substitution presented by Omega XL Sport. Fuel your recovery, fuel your game. So Rajai, the Gainesville native, checking in. Another player who featured in that Gainbridge Super League final back in June, replacing Taylor Smith in the midfield. Hamid played for Locklear. Hendricks scrambles back. Locklear driving at Hendricks. Squared across. That's an important touch by Mac Pluck, just outside the 18. Makomaski. Rajai. Listro back the other way for the Sun. Nacello. Get the sense that Sydney Nacello sometimes gets a little frustrated that the service isn't coming in when she's in attack, and will drop back deeper to help play out of the back.
Yeah, which again only takes away from her attack the next time around.
All flighted forward by Pluck for Zaid to chase after it. Good intervention by Ella Simpson. .20 minutes left in this one. Meanwhile, the other match, the nightcap, just getting underway. It was Spokane at home against Dallas Trinity. Spokane trying to snap a 2-game losing skid, and Dallas trying to do the same for a 4-game run. For as high a line as we've seen from Fort Lauderdale in the course of this second half, I haven't really seen Tampa Bay being able to exploit that with balls in behind. In fact, here comes Fort Lauderdale once more. Numbers getting forward. Neal was quick to get there to intercept. Now Jamona, it's a little casual from Carly Jamona. Van Treek. Listro getting in the way. This will be a throw for Fort Lauderdale. Nabet. Look away pass to find Locklear, and they've got space in attack now. Locklear clattered into Hendricks. Pluck. It's a nicely timed challenge by Pluck to dispossess Jasmine Hamid. A couple of slack passes now from Tampa Bay. They've given possession straight back to Fort Lauderdale. Nabet. She's just showing off now. That's delivered straight to Nacello. Now driving at the defense with Maddie Parsons in support. Nacello leaves it for Parsons. Well, the back heel's on for Sydney Nacello into the 18. Tripped up by Van Treek. It's a penalty for Tampa Bay. A clumsy challenge from behind by Kelly Van Treek. Sydney Nacello draws the foul, and a chance to break the deadlock from the spot for the Tampa Bay Sun.
I have to say, great work by Parsons there first, holding up, using her body to hold those players, finds that split through to Nacello, who drives at the box and gets chipped from behind. This could be a game changer right here.
No hesitation from the referees. Marie Derrick points straight to the spot. Van Treek snake bitten on the play. And it's Sydney Nacello to take it herself. The final MVP back in June when Tampa Bay defeated Fort Lauderdale in extra time. Sydney Nacello from the spot, and she's buried it. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Tampa Bay Sun have the lead.
She slots it right down the middle. Beautiful composure, great finish.
A potentially huge moment in the match. As Tampa Bay, who have allowed just 1 goal in the course of the last 3 games, they've not lost a game this season in which they've scored first, unbeaten in 4 games after taking the lead. Parsons to Nacello, tripped up by Van Treek, and Nacello takes care of the rest.
And there we have it. They have taken the lead, 1-0. Let's see if this game changes now.
So 3rd goal of the season for Sydney Nacello. Potentially worth all 3 points. Here's Parsons.
Little nose ball there.
It wasn't the cleanest exchange between Maddie Parsons and Sydney Nacello, but it worked out. It looked as though Nacello was trying to cut back inside. Parsons was there and held the ball up well.
Actually, yeah, Parsons did a really good job holding that ball up, attracting that second player in, which only created space for Nacello inside.
Change for Fort Lauderdale, and it's the playmaker, Stelania Metchit, who checks in with a quarter of an hour left. She replaces Lily Nabet. And it's a double substitution in attack as Princess Ademi-Louis also checks into the game. The substitution is brought to you by Omega XL Sport. Fuel your recovery, fuel your game.
Yumechi will be a good addition here as well. She's someone that is not afraid to shoot from out wide, which is something they're lacking right now.
Simpson getting it forward. So Ademiluyi replaces Van Treek, and Yemechi replaces Nabet. Yemechi, Ghanaian international. She was captain of Ghana's U20 team at the World Cup.
Beautiful little flick over top. She just brings a flair to the game. I like it.
Princess Ademiluyi, meanwhile, formerly a West Ham player. She made her West Ham debut at 16 years old.
Wow.
Still looking for her first goal in the Gamebridge Super League. She's on the ball now. Ademiluyi. Niamechi. Oh, flooded in for Hamid to chase. Kresha stayed back. And the shot just off target from Jasmine Hamid.
Perfectly flighted ball there.
Caught in no man's land. She was undecided as to whether to come out and meet it.
Great turn, great look over top, perfectly flighted. Actually dropped exactly where Hamid wanted it to. Nice little tap, just missed wide.
Nearly an instant impact from Stella Niamechi. Back on the ball now, Niamechi. Hamid. Looking against Pluck on her right now. Hamid, goal bound. Hendricks doing just enough at the near post to send that wide. It'll be a corner kick for Fort Lauderdale, who have suddenly upped the intensity in attack. Another corner presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Expert service when it counts. Niamechi delivers. It's loose at the doorstep. Now Gordon. Lifted back into a crowd. Hamid was there. Now with her back to goal. Stella Niamechi. Hansbrough is there to cut it out. Well, tonight's game is presented by Hard Rock Bet, bringing the thrill of the game straight to your fingertips. Nacello forcing her way through. Burst of acceleration on her left now is Sydney Nacello against the world. Gordon into space for Ademiluyi. Happy to keep players behind the ball now. Tampa Bay Sun. Here's Simpson. Still a freshness about Jasmine Hamid. She looks as though the game just started. She's been running ragged for the better course of 80 minutes. Still full of energy. Lighted out the back by Hansbrough. Now again, Hamid is giving chase this time. Kresha is out to meet it. Out for Pluck. Zaid sprinting toward the ball is Jordan Zaid, and a little bit of a heavy touch. Sends it back to Belehara. Ademiluyi shielding the ball well. Trying to force her way through, had her pocket picked by McNeil. Jamona. Picked up by Nyemeche. Locklear with her back to goal. Academy Louis from the edge of the 18, trying to get around McNeil. And his shot misses the target.
The engines are firing, though, for Fort Lauderdale right now. As soon as Tampa Bay put one in the back of the net, it's like the game had changed for both teams.
Certainly the urgency has changed for Fort Lauderdale. In terms of the attack, it's been more one-way traffic for Fort Lauderdale since conceding the opening goal. It's going to be a triple substitution coming for Tampa Bay. We'll see Dory Haugen replacing Mac Pluck at right back. Emma Gaines-Ramos will take over from the goal scorer Sydney Nasello. And Tosh Flint will be checking in, replacing Carly Jamona. Both Jamona and Nasello on a yellow card, picked up in the first 45 minutes. So fresh legs to manage out the final stages of this game for Tampa Bay.
The other thing to look at is Fort Lauderdale. Not only did their momentum change when Tampa scored, but they also had subs around the same time, which I think are making a huge impact for them.
That, by the way, will exhaust all of these substitutions for Tampa Bay Sun. Here's Gordon. Forcing her way through the middle. Slipping the ball through for Academy Louis. McNeil had her covered, and Cresci's out to stop their progress.
Gordon drove really well. I think she could have taken that shot herself, actually, and caught Tampa off guard.
Ramos, Maddie Parsons brings the ball under her spell. Here's Flint, who got a bit of a head start. The offside flag is up. Here's Simpson. Taking on the double team, walking a tightrope on the end line. She wins a corner kick for Fort Lauderdale. It's another corner presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing, expert service when it counts. Nyemeche to deliver. Swung in, looping, cross in. It's headed down by Simpson. Well, that's the first time this season that Ella Simpson takes a shot and it doesn't find the back of the net. And only marginally so.
Great flighted ball over top. And just misses that header. They have not been able to make contact this half, or really this game, in that final third, in that penalty area.
Dangerous service from Nyemeche. 6 minutes remain of normal time, a 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay, courtesy of Sydney Nasello from the spot in the 73rd minute. MVP of the final, potentially the Suns' hero tonight. Let's take a look back at that, for now, decisive goal, the third of the season for Sydney Nasello. And the difference between the two teams. Back in the 73rd minute, after drawing the penalty herself, tripped up by Van Treek in the 18, Nasello calmly deposits it past Bellahara. She's since been replaced by Gaines Ramos. Play to resume eventually via free kick from Bella Crescent. Raffled into the middle. Here's Gaines Ramos. McNeil. Parsons, again, does a really good job to win the ball off of Ansborough. Very different situation for Parsons this time from the last game where she came into a match in which Tampa Bay Sun were already ahead, trying to see out the final 20-ish minutes of that game. Didn't have a lot of opportunities in attack. Different story today with the entirety of the second half to show off her hold-up play predominantly, and well, it led to the most decisive moment of this game.
And that's what we call a game changer right there. It was a great sub.
Back in through McNeil. There's Gaines Ramos. Lifted over the top for Parsons. It's off target. Fort Lauderdale have actually outshot Tampa Bay Sun 6-5 in this second half. So since the restart, no shots on target from the home side in the second half, and only one in the opening 45. Scrambling back is Ella Simpson. She'll get there ahead of Zaid. The throw for Tampa Bay Sun. There'll be in no rush to get this ball back in play. Long throw in from Addie Parsons, working here against Simpson. To the corner flag, trying to take a little air out of the ball, and it's going to be a throw for Fort Lauderdale. Last touch by Zaid. The throw for Fort Lauderdale, it's Ella Simpson. Nothing has come easy for the hosts in this contest, and time is not on their side. Less than 90 seconds remain of the 90 minutes. Here's Ansborough. It's promising now as it squirts all the way through for Kiara Locklear. Adami Louis. Kresha is off her line to meet it and just sets up the roadblock, making herself big at the near post. It'll be a corner for Fort Lauderdale.
That could have been the game changer right there. She waited 1 second too late. I think if she would have gotten foot on it earlier, could have been a goal.
Adami Louis combining with Locklear.
Great control, great drive at her player. Perfect little through ball there. Unfortunately, couldn't get the touch on early enough.
One back by Tosh Flint. She's dispossessed by Ansborough, turning defense into attack, and Flint commits the foul. Free kick for Fort Lauderdale. Is this the moment for the home side? So Flint picks up the yellow card. She's the third Tampa Bay Sun player to be booked in this contest.
First she loses it, a little bit of frustration. I see a little bit of a shirt pull there, which is dangerous and dangerous spot for Fort Lauderdale.
So 4 minutes added on. It's a minimum 4 minutes of stoppage time. Niemecha calibrates. 2 on the wall for Kreshe. Niemecha delivers, curling in toward the heart of the area. Picked up by Gordon now. Back into the danger zone, looking for McComaskey. Ella Simpson. Knocked down by Grosso. It's Locklear, goal bound, loose of the 6, and it sneaks in for the equalizer. In the 91st minute, Fort Lauderdale find themselves back on level terms. From point blank range.
That's called not giving up. They put every opportunity into putting the back of the net, and after about 10-15 minutes of driving at goal, they finally were able to put it in.
Madison McComaskey, the center back, right spot, right time after Locklear's effort. Just has to poke it back in under the gloves of Kreshe, and it's all level in stoppage time.
Coming off a quick shot as well, catching Tampa off guard is exactly what they needed to do much earlier, and having someone follow up on that. Beautiful strike, beautiful finish, beautiful follow through. And now we have a game.
That goal brought to you by Baptist Health, committed to keeping our athletes and community at their best. Here's the goal scorer, McComaskey, her first in the Gamebridge Super League. Still a chance to get more out of this. Rajai looking for Gordon. It's kept in by McNeil, who's happy to send it forward. Halfway through the minimum, 2 minutes added on. Now Parsons is whistled for the foul. Knockdown Kreshe is in no-man territory once more. Gaillard down. Well, they have responded brilliantly, Fort Lauderdale, and again, time was not on their side. It took all the way until stoppage time. They've left it very late, but something switched on for them after going down a goal. They've been the more likely side to score, despite not having a shot on target in the second half until that 91st minute.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities in drive at goal, but not quite exactly the opportunity shot on goal.
Rajai as they go in search of a game winner. Hamid to be a throw for Fort Lauderdale, continue to pile the pressure on in the dying moments of this game. The ball flooded in early. Gordon was the closest to it, not close enough for Fort Lauderdale. There is the final whistle. A dramatic Florida derby finishes all level at a goal apiece after Sidney Nacello took the Tampa Bay Sun out in front of the 73rd minute from the spot. A late equalizer, first Gamebridge Super League goal for Madison McComaskey, in the 91st minute levels it, and they share the points in Fort Lauderdale. Our save of the game presented by Omega XL Sport, powerful protection when it matters most. And this is only real save made by Bella Hara in this contest.
Took a little bounce in front of her. Not much else to do, but not going back to the net, so here we have it.
First half denying Jimmy Shimkin what was Tampa Bay's first shot on target. You know, the player of the match presented by Baptist Health. Excellence on the field, supported by excellence in care. And it's Madison McComaskey with the game winner in the 91st minute to take a share of the spoils.
Nothing like not giving up and game-changing moments for them.
Initial shot is spilled by Belly Crusher, and McComaskey on the spot to be the hero of the night for the home side. So after the 90 minutes, it's Fort Lauderdale United 1, Tampa Bay Sun 1. We're back to wrap it up right after this. Welcome back to Beyond Bankert Field, where after 90 minutes, Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun played to a 1-all draw. The highlights powered by Blue Water, bringing clarity and impact to every play. As we take a look back at the best of the 90 minutes, Fort Lauderdale leaving it very late, but getting that all-important equalizing goal at the death. Here's a look back as smart play by Jasmine Hamid here, who finds Kelly Van Treek on the quick restart and nearly able to break the deadlock.
Quick on that transition, which definitely made a game changer. Movement for them, a little cut, little slot, just missed wide.
71st minute, a combination between Maddie Parsons and Sydney Nacello as Van Treek gets whistled for the foul. Nacello draws it inside of the penalty box. She'll take the penalty herself.
Calm, collected, right down the middle.
Makes no mistake, her third goal of the season. That puts the Sun in front, seemingly en route to victory. But from there on, it was all Fort Lauderdale, full throttle in search of an equalizing goal, and it finally came in the 91st minute, courtesy of Madison McComaskey from point-blank range.
Rebounding off that keeper, she was not backing off, right putting it to the back of the net. And here we go, we had a 1-1 tie, put it back.
Well, the other thing we have is the goal scorer, Madison McComaskey, joining us pitch side now. Congratulations on your first goal in the Gamebridge Super League. You picked a good moment for it, but tell me about the resilience of this team where things weren't going your way. You go down a goal and seem to take it to an extra gear in search of that equalizer.
Yeah, look, I think we had the momentum a majority of the game, so to, you know, keep fighting after it was a pretty disappointing penalty to give away. But, you know, the girls fought really, really hard all the way to the end of the last whistle. So I'm really happy that we were able just to get that goal to get that point. But, you know, momentum was going our way the whole game. It was just really disappointing that we didn't get the 3 points.
Yeah, tough one for you. But, I mean, the energy you had at the very end, the amount of opportunities you drove into that final third and couldn't put in the back of net. How does it feel to be that one to not back off and be game changer there?
Yeah, look, I guess really good. I'm really happy to get one for the team. You know, we did want the 3 points, so we kept fighting. But, you know, to be the one to, you know, get that point for us, it means a lot. But, you know, we wanted the 3 points today.
Appreciate the time. Good luck going forward, and congrats again on the goal.
Thanks, guys.
So the stats presented by Beyond Bankcard, powering every transaction on and off the field. A goal apiece. Fort Lauderdale outshooting Tampa Bay 13-8. 4 shots on target. 3 of those coming in the second half, very late on. Possession won by the home side, nearly 60-40. Now Tampa Bay Sun do go 6 games unbeaten. 5 of those are draws around the win over Spokane. Will be in action later today. For Fort Lauderdale, 1 win in the last 6 after a hot start. They've cooled off of late, but they remain in second place, chasing the leaders, Lexington. For the final score, one final time, Fort Lauderdale 1, Tampa Bay Sun 1. For Nikki Haynes, I'm Dre Cordero. Thanks as always for joining us on the Gamebridge Super League. It's full time in Fort Lauderdale as they share the points in South Florida.
Telecasts of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.